Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of new Donald Trump regrets to share with you guys, new Trump voters entering the find out phase of their journey. So, first up is a participant in a recent focus group. So, take a listen to what they had to say.
The jobs and health insurance and just everything in general. Like, where are we going in this country right now? I have no idea, and it's scary because we don't know what's coming.
So, that, as you saw there on your screen, was a Pennsylvania swing voter. She went for Joe Biden in 2020, then switched to Donald Trump in 2024. And she was explaining why she's feeling more anxious now about the economy than before Donald Trump took office. Next up, I have another story from a news article that I mentioned previously. It was published in El País or País, I think is what I went with. El País. We're going with that again. Anyway, for those who haven't seen the other FAFO video, this news outlet went and spoke with Hispanic Trump voters from the state of Florida. And many of them now regret their vote for Trump. So 44-year-old Michael Liris is currently disabled. He's a SNAP food assistance recipient. However, Liris didn't complain about the government shutdown. Instead, here's what he told El País, excuse me. He said, quote, "It was necessary to make changes, but not in this way, sacrificing our civil rights and liberties that are enshrined in our Constitution." He is turning, meaning Trump, he is turning this into a police state, and he's acting like an authoritarian. I didn't vote for any of this. And they went on to say, for some voters, the ultimate blow has been seeing neighbors or loved ones caught in the unstoppable machinery of deportation, which they deem unfair. They feel a mixture of guilt, anger, and bewilderment. So again, like I said, it reminds me of that scene from The Birdcage. How do you think I feel? Betrayed, bewildered? That's how they're feeling. Then another person that they spoke with was 51-year-old Cuban resident Eric Pita. So Pita, sorry. Anytime I hear Pita, I think of Family Guy. Anyway, so 2024 was the first time that PETA voted. PETA. And he said he didn't even like Trump, but he voted for him anyway. So PETA told them, quote, "I don't like Trump, either his approach or his ideas. He's not presidential in the traditional sense of the word, but I thought the previous administration was terrible. Things were going very badly, and the country was on the wrong track." Yeah. Oh, okay. So, I mean, that just goes to show that if Biden had kept his promise of only one term and stepped down in time, the Democrats could have possibly won with a candidate who wasn't tied to his policies. I mean, yes, I get the irony of this guy saying like, "Oh, wow, it was going so bad." And then we're looking at the shit show that we're living in now. But if Kamala Harris had either separated herself from Biden or they had gone with a different candidate who wasn't tied to Biden, we may have had a different outcome. But anyway, PETA also blames the Democrats for the shutdown. He said he's quote unquote disappointed in how Trump's handling immigration and deportations. So that's his major issue. And PETA told the news outlet it was a quote unquote Republican political manipulation, meaning the whole immigration thing, which I don't know how that's possible. And then he said, quote, If you say you're going to deport all criminals, even migrants like me, they are happy with that. That is why the Latino vote was oriented towards Trump. People agreed with what the Republicans were saying in the campaign, which was, I'm going to get rid of all criminals. But what Trump is doing is something else, and it is very cruel and very bad, and they are going to pay dearly. I'm glad. I'm glad he's saying they're going to pay, but how exactly was it a manipulation when he was saying over and over again at every campaign rally, at every event, mass deportations? And that if you came into the country undocumented, you were going to be deported. Like he didn't specify, oh, only felons, only people who've committed crimes here after they've come across the border. So, and then again, where were you during his first term? So, anyway, I'm glad that these two at least get it, seemingly, and they've woken up. They understand that Trump is dangerous. They have the courage to admit that they've made mistakes. So, I can forgive and welcome people like this. I do question how they didn't know, but okay. The people I can't forgive are ones like this next person. So, 28-year-old Kimberly Delgado, she told Pais, yeah, we're going with that. She told El Pais that she still supports Donald Trump and she voted for him because of, quote, the immigration laws he was implementing, and also because the last 4 years with the Democrats in office were a disaster. But Delgado has just entered the find out phase of her journey because even though she and her husband both work full time, they can't afford to feed their family of four, and they've been receiving SNAP benefits for 4 years. I guess that was, until she lost those benefits on November 1st, thanks to Trump. And, we still don't know if they're actually getting them out to people. But yeah, and they're probably going to end up losing some anyway, based on everything that the Republican Party is implementing around SNAP. So we'll see how that works out for her. But anyway, I have another focus group video that I want to share with you next. So this one comes from a focus group of Michigan voters. These are also swing voters who went for Biden and then for Trump. So check this out.
Many times that he has disregarded, it seems, the separation of the branches, and especially with the judicial system saying, it seems to me these random rules, like, they don't count.
So that woman was explaining why she now disapproves of Trump's presidency, even though she voted for him last year. I also have more Twitter posts to share from people that are responding or were responding to Trump's press secretary, Kim Jong-Levitt. So you guys might remember she had announced after the ass kicking that Republicans took with the election, Trump decided he was going to hold a press conference. He was going to try to gaslight his supporters and try to convince them that no, actually everything's really going great and you just don't know it. So a man named Chris was not too happy about this, was not buying it. Chris told Levitt, quote, from a huge Trump fan, if the economy is good, you don't need a speech to tell everyone it is. There isn't much different, honestly. Big talk with no winning noticed in our level from tariffs. A whole lot of nothing noticeable. Do better because this is a fucking disappointment and getting pathetic. And then another Trump voter told her, quote, same talking points, brag about the border and the golden age. Fucking bullshit. Golden for who? Trump? What about the people that voted for him or voted him in? So the natives are getting restless. To be fair, though, you guys, I mean, no one could have predicted that a failed businessman who's filed for bankruptcy 6 times would screw up the economy so bad, right? Anyway, MAGA influencers, they're finding it difficult now to spin Trump's economic failures. They're trying, but they're failing. So the Trump humper behind the Twitter account called Cat Turd, oh boy, he's something. He keeps trying to convince his followers that everything's getting cheaper. I'm not kidding. So a Trump voter replied to him, and this person said, I voted for Trump. I'm not sure what you are smoking, but nothing significant is lower. I have 4 grown children with kids. They all budget. We are spending as much as ever at the store. I know it takes time, but this bullshit narrative is not helping. And then another Twitter user, another one named Kimberly, she also took issue with Cat Turd's lie. She told him, quote, not here. Texas still has high prices. Cost of living has not changed no matter what you're being sold. And I voted for Trump, but this Israel crap or this Israel first crap is getting old. So, yeah, the lies aren't working. They're finally seeing it. You know, we have been saying for 10 years now, he lies, he lies, he lies, he lies more than anyone on the planet. He has, you know, literally tens of thousands of verified lies that he has told since he came on the political scene, and they haven't believed it. It had to hit them. This is why I said the day after the election that I was somewhat happy, not happy, I guess is the wrong word, but I was somewhat, I guess, I had some hope. I was confident that things would work out because Republicans did have control of all branches of government. They had the White House, they had the Supreme Court, they had the House, and they had the Senate. So every single thing that went wrong, and we knew it was going to go wrong, was going to be on them. They were going to get the blame. And I said that again the day after the election. And so it is happening. It's coming to fruition. And these people, to their credit, understand that, yeah, this is all your shit show. So anyway, guys, I have more for you this week, and I will have more of these regrets for you next week. So thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video. Please share it with others. You know, sharing is caring, and people will appreciate this. So spread the word. Spread the good news. Subscribe if you have not. Really, really helps the show, and it's free for you. Just click the subscribe button below this video. If you can support the show with a donation or monthly, it really, really helps to keep it all going. So truly appreciate all of you. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.